Hi, my name is Sean Shaler. That's my friend Jesse Lobbs, aka
Hello.
Jester Tyler of YouTube and Twitter and Instagram and TikTok and all other sorts of places where you can find him. He actually doesn't do
All the
Instagram
dark
anymore, right?
places of the world.
All the dark parts of the web. And my name's Sean Shaler, and thank you so much for coming back to Pokemalarkey. This is episode 26 of Indigo League. If you count the one with boobs that I covered last week, it's episode 26. It's called Pokemon Scent-Sation. But before we start talking about that delectable smelling episode, Jesse, you've got some news for us.
I do have some news, Sean. Thank you. Yesterday, Pokemon fans will know we got Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl remakes of the original Diamond and Pearl games from 2006. That's the fourth generation of Pokemon. And if you're like me, you took all of yesterday off to play the game that was freshly waiting for you on the Switch. Sean, did you ever play Diamond and Pearl?
I never played Diamond and Pearl. I was stuck on Crystal for the longest time and until like maybe Black. Went from Crystal to Black, so that's a huge jump for me at that point in time.
Yeah. I have not either until yesterday played the Sinnoh region, and I'm excited to continue exploring it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I chose the little penguin starter, so I am pretty pleased.
I
Pretty
think
pleased.
anytime that you can kind of recruit a penguin to fight battles on your behalf, I think you're winning in life.
As everyone, as friends of the pod know, I'm an ice water type trainer, so a penguin is right up my alley.
You cold-hearted. I don't know where else I was going with that.
Bitch.
Cold. I'm not going to call you a bitch, but if you want to, I can't stop you. But I'm not going to. Jesse, thanks for the update. I probably will attempt to get them at some point, but in terms of dollars kind of saved or preserved or reserved for Pokemon games, I have to admit I am probably going to hang on to mine for now and get Arceus when it comes out. I'm a little stingy. Friends of the pod probably know that already. And I'm kind of reserving my birthday dollars for Arceus, I think, at this time. No offense. I'm sure Diamond and Pearl are tremendous.
They're cute.
Excellent.
They're cute. But we have a cute episode today, Sean.
We do. This one's adorable. Jesse, would you care to give the synopsis of Pokemon Scent-Sation?
I would. Pokemon Scent-Sation aired all the way back in America, October 12th, 1998, which is just a fun tidbit, and I always forget to say that. After arriving in Celadon City, that beautiful city of stores and sites, our gang ends up going to a perfume store. Ash complains that it's a waste of money, typical 10-year-old Ash, not understanding how good smelling important it is. And he ends up getting them kicked out of the shop. Instead of spending his time there finding a new cologne, Ash wanders around until he finds the Celadon City Gym. Turns out, the shop and the gym consist of the same trainers. Because he voiced his dislike for perfume, he gets stamped with a big red X on the top of his head to show he's banned from both the perfume shop and the gym. So what's Ash going to do? Meanwhile, our lovely, nefarious friends, Team Rocket, prepare to sneak into the gym to steal the famous perfume formula that is manufactured there. Once they get inside, they come across a Gloom, who Jesse and James, shocker, scare, and Gloom's putrid smell knocks them out. When they wake up, they find themselves all stamped in the head with red X's and tied to a tree. Ash ends up finding them, and Jesse volunteers that they work together to get into the gym. Ash dumbly agrees, pretending to be a charming little girl named Ashley, while Team Rocket pretends to be his parents, wanting to let Ash enroll in the gym's academy as a young Pokemon trainer. So Ash ends up rather dumbly, distracting the trainers while Team Rocket works to steal the formula. Our gym leader Erica shows up and talks about how important these Pokemon are to her, especially Gloom, who saved her from a Grimer as a child, and that Gloom only puts off that terrible smell when Gloom feels like it's in danger. If it's safe, it won't put off the smell. Well, Ashley ends up being revealed to be Ash. Erica recognizes him, and Ash challenges her to a battle. She can't say no. It is her job again as a Pokemon gym leader. But during Erica's battle with Ash, as usual, the The exciting Pokemon battle is interrupted by Team Rocket. Meowth detonates a bomb, interrupting the battle. Everyone goes flying, and Team Rocket manages to make off with the perfume, or what they think is the perfume formula, and the bomb starts a huge fire. Everyone runs out of the gym, and as everyone else works to fight the fire, Erica panics, unable to find Gloom. Ash runs back in, braving the flames in one of his many dumb acts of bravery, to find Gloom. Ash finds Gloom very scared. Ash steps towards it. Gloom releases its smell, and Ash has to hold his breath to get Gloom. He picks up Gloom, runs out of the gym as the ceiling around them starts to cave in, and he ends up having to take a breath. And when he takes a breath, he realizes Gloom's not putting out the smell, which means Gloom feels safe with Ash at that moment, which is very sweet. He gets out there. Erica's excited. He's carrying Gloom. Everyone cheers for Ash's bravery. Because of that bravery, the next day he's given the rainbow badge, and Ash just takes it without winning a Pokemon battle again.
Never one to turn down a favor, Ash Ketchum.
No, you never. Ash reminds Erica about the lost perfume, but she just laughs and says the bottle only had Gloom's unrefined smell in it. Meanwhile, we travel over to Team Rocket, who open the bottle and get knocked out. Ash and his friends head off in search of their next adventure. That is Pokemon Scent-Sation.
Jesse, that was beautifully done. Wonderful synopsis. This episode, I'm at a weird dichotomous place where I really enjoy this episode. I think it's adorable. I think it's fun. But I hate Ash in this episode. Ash is a monster in this episode. He's a douchebag. He helps Team Rocket essentially steal stuff. What else does he do? He doesn't win yet another badge. He battles poorly. Like, his only redeeming quality is being stupidly brave, which his bravery apparently is going to carry him through this whole thing.
It's just hard to believe that he is so naive when Team Rocket's like, hey, come on, we'll work together. And Ash is just like, the harder, sure.
And goes along with it. I hate him in this. He's such a snot in this whole episode.
And he doesn't have to open his big dumb mouth and say the perfume is terrible. He could just, and he says it's a waste of money, which pisses everyone off. And he could have just kept his mouth shut.
This is Ash, the difference between 10-year-old Sean and current Sean, which is that 10-year-old Sean might have agreed, be like, that's stupid, but current Sean just walks out of the store. Like, thank you, and then I leave. Not even politely, I still, I can't hurt anybody's feelings because I'm spineless, and I just say thank you, and I walk out of the store. And that's the difference, Ash, and you gotta learn it. But even his battle strategy, he's just tossing, I forget who he tosses out there first, gets knocked out cold. And then, thank goodness, he was saved by the fire, which is a weird thing to say. And then even rescuing Gloom, very noble, but also you're a 10-year-old running through a flaming building. And, I'm really glad, but
I would like to point out about the Pokemon battle that we know for a fact that this is a grass type gym, and Ash has in his possession a Charmander, which he waits until the last possible moment.
A Charmander who, if you've ever played Pokemon Red or Blue, and all of the initial Pokemon that you fight are all very weak to Charmander. All of them.
Just, again, he's
the worst.
Even at this stage, he should know about Pokemon types. And he sends out Bulbasaur first. Another grass Pokemon.
I can't wrap my brain around it. I can't put my noodle around it. And Jesse, that's why I'm giving Ash his grade today. He's getting a D. I want to give him an F, but I'm going to give him a D because he saved Gloom's life, and his life might be less valuable than Gloom's. And I think
I will give him a C by that same logic, just because I feel a little nice.
You're
a little nice. I will say I enjoyed that we got to see. I can't remember for sure, but I want to say this is the first Pokemon episode we see Tangela.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
which is a fun new addition to our Pokemon
And Tangela in that first generation was
knowledge.
like one of those just unique one-offs that, uh, yeah, just very enjoyable. Reminds me of the Gillyweed in Harry Potter. Yeah,
Yeah.
with apologies, was very negative towards Ash because he deserved it. But the episode overall, some things I really like is like during the battle when Erica throws her Pokemon, she does like glam poses. Like when she's
Yes.
throwing, that really cracked me up. And then like when Ashley, quote unquote, walks into the gym and they're all having this nice discussion, and Brock, there's something really creepy but in a funny way about the way that Brock like invites him in. He's like, all young women are allowed here, whatever weird crap that Brock says. It's like Brock
Yeah.
suddenly just in charge. He always manages to get his hands on microphones. Brock always manages to get his hands like on a position of speaking power.
Just like Jigglypuff.
He does, and I kind of like that too. And just a
I
generally amusing episode.
enjoyed I enjoyed Erica's glam poses because it reminds me of the games. Like when you challenge somebody, and like even in Pokemon Go, very famously, like one of the settings you can choose for your character is a pose. So like it just adds to like the intensity of how like the games are, how silly they are by comparison. But it's fun. It's all harmless fun.
It is. It's very cute here. Jesse, final thoughts on this episode?
I enjoyed this episode a lot. I think it's one of the better. I think it's one of the better. I won my gym badge because of Team Rocket instead of winning episodes. Like it feels like in this instance, it's like saving a Pokemon from burning to death.
The big reason
Sure.
that even like giving him a D, you know, he only has to rescue Gloom from a fire because he started it, right? Like, and it wasn't he started it in battle by accident. He started it because he was an accomplice to a pair of criminals. And
That is a good point.
I'm
Without Ash, the gym would not have suffered hundreds of thousands of dollars in property damage.
absolutely. I'm trying to think when he fights Geodude, or sorry, when Pikachu fights Onyx, and they set off the sprinklers or whatever. What that was not Ash's fault, right? I mean, it was like the fault of the battle or something like that. I don't recall.
I say that's the fault of the battle.
Okay. So this one is different
It's
because
just like
this one is
accepted risk.
indirectly but linkably Ash's fault. And damn it, Ash. But
I would say if you're fighting a Pokemon battle and you use a fire Pokemon and something catches on fire as a result of it, that also is fine. It's a result of a battle.
that's probably
But
covered by your
signing
Poke
up,
insurance.
yeah, but signing up with a criminal syndicate, even for just a second, is pretty bad, Ash
Little
Ketchum.
sketch. Little sketch. So yeah, you saved Gloom because if Gloom had died, it would have been on your conscience and you would have been haunted forever.
You would have gone to prison longer as an accomplice.
True. True story.
Accessory to murder.
I'm glad that we are able to give Ash this legal advice that's only 20 years late or something like that.
I'm very experienced in Pokemon law.
That sounds like what Phoenix Wright would study. He studies Pokemon law.
Pokemon law.
Jesse,
Very
thank you for that wonderful synopsis and conversation. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed watching the episode. I think we should now transition into our Poke Adjacent topic. And in our Poke Adjacent topic, we are not really informative and we're not persuasive. We're just paying homage to things that we enjoy, nerdy things. And today we're paying homage to something a little unusual. This is kind of sort of our Happy Thanksgiving episode. It's our before Happy Thanksgiving episode. And then we'll have an after one later. And so we wanted something kind of Thanksgiving themed. And you suggested, Jesse, you're so damn cute. You suggested the Pokemon that would be most helpful in the kitchen at Thanksgiving. And
Yes,
I
most
think
helpful. And not eaten, to be very crystal clear, not to be eaten.
you can't see my face right now, but it is utter disappointment. It's worth giving the context. We originally wanted to do best smelling Pokemon here because Pokemon Scent-Sation. But, maybe
Thanksgiving.
maybe these can be the same. Maybe you have a good smelling plant Pokemon that helps you around the kitchen. Jesse, would you like to kick off with if you're cooking? Let's set the scene a little bit. Your family shows up in your house and you and Josh have to cook Thanksgiving dinner in your setting, which Pokemon are you throwing out for a little extra set of hands in the kitchen?
For an extra set of hands in the kitchen, funnily enough, I picked out Machamp
Oh,
because
extra
Machamp
set of
has
hands. I see what
an
you.
extra set of hands.
Oh my goodness. Oh, and you could
We
also
did
have a
not plan that.
Chippendales theme. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, exactly. It's dinner and a show for all our kids. Our buff bodybuilding, very questionable Pokemon that wears underwear.
Thing
And
is, this
a
straight up Speedo. He's already halfway to the outfit.
And a weightlifting belt. But I think, he could be like shucking the corn with the top pair of arms and slicing the onions, dicing potatoes, peeling with the other set of arms. I think any Pokemon that's got more than a regular set of arms, perfect.
Unless you're a spider.
Thank you. That is
spiders.
a good qualification. No spiders in the kitchen.
That was Gen 2 when the maroonish colored, I can't think of what they're called. Is that Gen 2? Doesn't matter because they're not coming in my damn kitchen. Jesse, you have...
Are you talking about Spinarak?
Spinarak, thank you. No, he's green. There's a bigger kind of a reddish...
He evolves into that one.
That one. He's...
Arad.
I was thinking something on that order. It starts with an ARA, plays on the arachnid bit. Jesse, you've got so many Pokeballs, and Josh is here too, and he's got Pokeballs. What else? Give me some more help. You need all the help you can get over there.
What else also I would use, in addition to just being thinking about Pokemon that have extra hands, I think any Pokemon that has a slice and dice skill would be fantastic. So I think Surfetched or Farfetch'd,
nice.
Either one of them would be able to, take. I mean, I think I could just ask Farfetch'd for that leek. I'd be like, "Hello."
It comes with seasoning, absolutely.
Give me that. And Scyther, Scissor, those two would be fantastic for cutting up the vegetables. I think a basic fire type also works wonders. You want that turkey cooked? I'm gonna get you that turkey cooked with my Magmar.
That's
maybe not Magmar. Magmar's too hot.
Yeah, he's probably. But I get where you're going, and I'm actually gonna transition off that because that's one of the two I picked. Was first I wanted a biped fire, so I picked a Charmander because I think I can control him, and I think his hot is plenty hot enough for cooking in the kitchen. But he's got the tail, little dinner in a show. He's still got free hands. He's in my badge range of what I can probably control. And then I thought about Pokemon with lots of hands too. We thought very similarly. But I actually ended up going with, I wanted a combo. So I was like, well, what about a Bulbasaur? Because he can do the Vine Whip to grab things, the Razor Leaf to cut things, and you can sit stuff on the back of his little back onion, and he can serve things.
And, if any of those end up falling in your food, it's just extra fiber.
True, right? He can make a salad oh crap, Bulbasaur, we forgot the salad, quick. And then, so a lot of plant types would work. And so I feel lame for just choosing the starter Pokemon, but they do seem conducive to they're not too big to be in the way. My kitchen's very small. Machamp is not fitting in my kitchen. It's not without some inappropriate touching going on at least. And so I was like, all right, small, bipedal, still have hands for Charmander. Okay. And then I feel like Bulbasaur could probably essentially have 4 arms worth of Vine Whips kind of going out at the same time grabbing stuff.
Hear me out. What if you've signed up for Thanksgiving, it ended up being too much trouble, and you're just overwhelmed, and you've got relatives coming over, they come in, and you just haven't cooked anything. The kitchen's on fire, you're stressing out. A psychic Pokemon would come in real handy. Just some telekinesis, send them back on their way. They're telling everybody it's the best Thanksgiving meal they ever had.
Yes, we are literally going to change their memories. Jesse, what a better way to incorporate my favorite Pokemon, which is Alakazam.
Change all of their Thanksgiving perception to using Alakazam.
Sean is our favorite family member. Forget everything we've ever said about how he has no idea how to cook a turkey. It was the best turkey we've ever had, and he provided everything that's perfect. And he lived in a different house for some reason. It was way bigger and funner. And Jesse, that's brilliant. Anytime I can get Alakazam involved, I'm down.
There you go.
Even if you don't want to change memories, Psychic could still be applicable. Jesse, please don't hate me, but I promised one of our favorite listeners and one of my best friends, Aaron, that I would do this. I'm so sorry. I couldn't stop thinking about Pokemon that I wanted to eat. So it has so many good ones, Jesse. I mean, I've made the Togepi joke before. That makes it he would be delicious in a skillet. But I did all these puns, Jesse. A Taurus steak, boneless Pidgey wings, peanut butter and Ditto sandwich. I was really proud of that one. Don't make that face at me. Lickitung lengua tacos. Farfetch'd, we already talked about Farfetch'd. Kingler and Krabby, Jesse, my wife, really likes seafood. And was
not Krabby.
Execute Benedict. I was kind of proud of that one. Okay, I'm done.
That is horrific. Your Pokemon rights have been revoked.
Jesse, I'm so hungry right as we speak. Firo, he looks roughly turkey-sized. I think maybe that would work.
The horror.
was
Thanksgiving is a time of love.
I was most proud of the peanut butter and Ditto sandwich. I don't know why, but that one hit me.
I do appreciate that one. I hate it, but I appreciate that one.
Well, right. You don't have to eat it to appreciate it, Jesse. Thank you for listening to our outlandish poke adjacent topic, and we hope that it helps you transition into Thanksgiving mood, not to eat Pokemon, but to eat regular food and be grateful for all the wonderful things you have. Just like I'm grateful for you, Jesse, and for you doing this podcast with me. Thank you so much.
I'm grateful for you, Sean.
Oh, stop it. Thank you all for listening to Pokemalarkey. Oh, I'm blushing. You can't see it, but everybody else can. Thank you all for watching Pokemalarkey. This has been episode 26, which is Pokemon Scent-Sation. And we are looking forward to coming back next week with another fun episode in a weirder kind of way.
Woo.
Jesse, I'll see you next time, as well as everybody else. Have a great one, everybody.
See you next time. Bye.